name is Vince McIntyre. I'm 67 years old. I was born in the west of Ireland. Lived here since 1979. I found this place by accident and decided to camp here. 30 years later, still here. Definitely, it was a beautiful place, and when I come here one time to help somebody get firewood, there was an old clear cut and all the trees were down, but it was so beautiful, the panorama of the mountains and the lake and all that, that I said, oh, that'd be a nice place to live. So I brought my girlfriend up here, and I was just wanting to see how she felt about the place, and she was just totally amazed by the place. When I think of home, I think of the little thatched house I was born in the west of Ireland. That's, I still think of it as that. But I left home because I didn't get along with my dad. And I got as far away as possible from family because of all the tragedies associated with my childhood. And I ended up going to South America for a year, and then when I come back, I went as far north as I could go. That was to Dawson City, and there was something like I was getting away from, you know, that I never, back then I never thought I'd ever settle down, that I'd always be a traveler. I used to spend a lot of time on the water, and I'd always had a boat, and I'd canoed the Yukon River from Lake Bennett to the Bering Sea, you know, 2,000-mile canoe trip. When I come from down south and after going around South America, I'd worked on boats and stuff a lot, and I wanted a boat, So when I got to Vancouver, there was a lot of old fishing boats and stuff for sale. They were retiring a lot of licenses, so I figured I'd go to the Yukon, make enough money to buy one of them old fishing boats and go out on the coast, But it never happened, I think it's about 7 acres, this patch here. And now the fields all got divided up. It used to be a deer farm, so that's with the high fences. And then now it's cattle. I have my cattle out there now. This little cabin that you're looking at here was built about 7 or 8 years ago, and I built it as a temporary shelter to have a little place that I could sleep and have a stove in it, so I could have the place warm in 5 minutes or so and go to bed. So that's my sleeping hut, I call it. For the years, I've accumulated a lot of good hand tools, draw knives and froes for splitting out boards, and hatchets and chisels and just various tools. It makes it it's much more time consuming, of course, than using power tools, but I've managed. It's my favorite way to work with wood. There's a unique look. Each part, each item can be very surprising. You do things fairly free form by hand, and that's pretty much my style of building. It feels very permanent in the sense that it feels like home. This is most at home I feel any place since I left the place I was born. So this is where I decided in the world to settle down. And when I come here, I kind of grew into the place, and my daughter was born here in the Kootenays, so that's probably the reason that it made it home for me. She learned to count by counting the fish. I'd go out at 4:30 in the morning fishing, and I'd put her asleep in the bow of the boat, and wake her up by tickling her nose with the tail. Tail of a fish. So she said, how many fish do we have there, Amber? And she said, oh, well. Yeah, it was a good life.